but still, it's something to be concerned of later on.
Yeah, and doing that while, Yums was there on the bottom lane as well, so especially risky, but they managed to pull that off. Here we look at the items, anything that's standing out for
Well,
now.
when I look at this right now, right, the Beatrix getting really scary. It all just comes down to the gold lane when they get those power spikes, right? Because I feel like right now, Beatrix and Claude, very similar when it comes to their power spikes, but Vin, he's just gonna go in with a wild charge, instant just response from the team. Very, very good synergy here as they pick off Todak out of nowhere. Moon didn't even realize that happened.
Yeah, that's just so unfortunate coming from Moon. This is exactly what rrq's game plan has been toying on, especially for game number 1. Make sure Moon doesn't have a good game. And if Moon doesn't have a good game, there's nothing much Todak can do, because in terms of overall early damage composition, Moon is going to be the core winning factor. However, Yums might be in a little bit of trouble, but seems like he is going to be A-okay as of yet. But Todak, they want to go for this as well.
rrq trying to find Momo in the bushes. Are they going to do it? But the hook from Yums here gets Vin in the mid lane. They're going to be able to shut him down. The real manipulation comes out. Will it be able to do enough damage? More stuns comes out. 4 mace dives in the back. 1 versus 3, but Momo gets taken out in the front line. It's 2 traded out for 1. rrqhoshi.
Again, I think they need to calm down a little bit here. Todak, initial engage, perfect, but they stay over way too long. Yums, initial impact on the ultimate, that's it. The damage comes through and boom. 4 mace, yes, he did an amazing play. He went onto the ball, 3 people, but Moon forced to pop that sprint. Albertt trying to get the kill, but again, back to the point, Todak overextending in that team fight, getting too comfortable.
I definitely agree, and on top of it all, rrq, they are getting a little bit too much to handle. Not even 5 minutes in the game, already a 2.6k lead in terms of economy, and a gold plating in the hands of R7. R7 is just having a fantastic time. 4 mace was struggling to actually take him down early on as well.
I mean, that's the natural matchup, right? It's an Esmeralda going up against a Deroth, and in the hands of these players as well, you know they're gonna abuse it. So it's been a tough one for 4 mace as well as Moon, but right now on the bottom side, also a tough one for Chico as he immediately falls down to the hands of our rrq. 3 members just ganking. They're looking for Yums. Are they gonna dive this one? Vin leading the charge. It's gonna be Albertt making the first move here as he secures Momo. Too late to the party.
Oh, what a performance coming from Vin, catching the Claude off guard. Chico just not able to do too much about that situation. But as this progresses, rrq, they're just dissecting every front. And Todak now on the top side. Oh no, 4 mace lost his matchup against R7.
That XP lane matchup is just... I mean, I have to say it, right? It's in the favor of R7 here. Dairoth counters Esmeralda. To top that off, he has 2 additional kills here. 4 mace, he stayed a little bit too long. He didn't calculate the damage enough in. Looking for another pick onto Moon. Dawning Light connecting there, but no follow-up. Wild charge! Just stops Tiku in his tracks as Albertt gets pulled back with the Mystic Field! And Skylar goes in for the render shot, almost taking Moon down. Once again, 4,000 gold lead for rrq. They're just styling. 4 mace goes in for the falling star. Moon gets 3, but the wall just puts Yums in a very awkward position there. He's still able to dash away. Albertt just going to punish them in that purple buff. Takes it away without using the retribution. Perfectly timed for the turtle spawn as well.
Oh, that was a big clutch coming from Vin as well. Chico, he had the perfect blazing duet, but that's the downside about blazing duet. It can be cancelled by knockups, and in this case, the Grog's wall charge is pretty much the only one that can cancel him, and that's been used perfectly time and time again. And now, rrq with the flicker plays, just outmaneuvering Todak.
Momo trying to find something onto R7 there, but doesn't get it. Instead finds Vin in the mid lane here. So they just trade out some damage, managing to also take down this mid-tier 1 turret. rrqhoshi just getting so much space here on the map.
So much, honestly, at this point, right, 7 minutes in, 6,000 gold lead, when we're taking a look at rrq's composition, this is also where they get their power spike. This is the mid-game power spike that we were talking about. In the keys to victory, gotta mention it again. Mid to late game transition. That's where rrq find themselves a little bit in trouble, right? But so far, they've just been so disciplined. They haven't really gone and played through words, Todak's tempo, but here you go. R7, once again, is the target of Todak's mission here up top. Blazing Duet pops, 4 mace looking for the kill as R7 has nowhere to go. He tries to go for the trade, but it's Yums who gets the shutdown. I don't think that was allocated properly.
Yeah, at the same time as well, bottom tier 2 is going to be taken out from side rrq. They desperately needed the kills coming from Todak, but at the same time, it's so very difficult. But it does help Chico a little bit to scale into the game. However, I want to talk about a little bit of itemization here as well, because Albertt, he's got 4-0-1. He just got his blade armor, and it's so difficult to kill him, considering that you need those Haas Claw to out-sustain those reflex coming in on Albertt later on. So there is just a lot of more milestones that Todak need to achieve before they can take a proper fight. And in this case, Todak, they're just barely hanging on.
I feel like currently, Todak are playing way too safe. Way too safe, right? We all know this. When Todak plays safe, that's their downfall. They need to just go, throw bodies at objectives, go for the risky plays. That's where they're at their best. But right now, it feels like rrq's initiative has just made them passive.
Well, it could be the nerves. I mean, after all, this is a big stage, right? And you're going up against the King of Kings, rrqhoshi, to boot. There's definitely something there, but Chiku takes a huge chunk of his damage. Just one shot from Skylar. This is going to be so dangerous.
That was one shot? That was one render shot. I mean, he is 2 levels ahead, but that was insane.
Yeah, that was insane. And of course, now rrq with the positions, they are going to get the Lord Pitta. But Momo, he's going to get caught out, and that is going to be him making a run for it. rrq, however, still going to be playing it disciplined for now.
Yeah, they're playing it safe like you said, Mirko, and now rrq looks like they will just be able to get the sword completely for free. Todak, they're not responding so far. I don't know, is there any way? Yes, they are behind. I mean, it's 6k gold lead right now, and it's looking pretty tough here.
It's just tough, right? Because we're not just looking at a gold lead that's huge. We're looking at an XP lead so massive here. Momo can't really contest these objectives because, again, when they're equal in levels, it's already tough for him. Now, Albertt, 3 levels ahead, it's going to be even tougher with that damage to top it off. And he just, okay, he got that orange buff. I was about to say, if Albertt takes that, it's just really even going to be more tough here. As rrq, they're just looking to siege down the base. Mid lane pushed in, bottom side as well. R7 doing his thing, going at that top side 1v1 against 4 Maze. And it's time for rrq to look for the siege again. Todak, it's time for them to go full Langar mode.
Exactly. Another Blade Armor purchase from Win, and R7 with the Radiant Armor. This is not going to be looking good as well. Chiku sidestepping his way through, but the biggest picture right now is that Skylar, he just got his Malefic Roar. He's going to hit like a truck. He misses the shot, but Yums, he's barely hanging on.
Yeah, Yums has to go. Oh, he actually jumps over the wall, but Skylar manages to catch him there. For Maze going deep in the members of rrqhoshi, but does not manage to get any damage or engages off here. So they fully disengage rrqhoshi, focusing their eyes on the objective on bottom side.
I think it was worth it. It was a good push. Firstly, they got the kill against Yums. They also popped all the 3 base turret passives, right? So it's going to be really good. Player's goal as well, looking good for rrq. Again, Todak, I feel like they're just playing it way too passive for them to actually come back in the game. They need to just go at it, full Langar mode, because if they just keep at it like this, we've seen it in game number 1, rrq. They're not going to be baited for those fights in the base.
I definitely agree. They are trying to their best to actually push out, but at the same time, we did see a little bit cross-map plays coming from 4 Maze as well as Chiku, but every single time they do it, R7 is across the map, just stopping into the track. And as of now, Todak, they just need some sort of space to actually get some sort of farm, and currently, rrq, they're just so good at choking them.
I agree, and the thing is, you mentioned R7 split pushing. Not just that, rrqhoshi also has great team fight potential. We've seen Vin hitting all those multi-men wild charges. It is so hard to fight back against that, and Yums, he tries his best but doesn't manage to get that. Look at this, rrqhoshi just choking Todak out of their farm.
They're allocating all the buffs really well as well. I just take a look at it. R7 picking up their orange buff, Skylar picking up the enemy orange buff, Albertt just sitting there with the purple buff. We all know Karina now builds tank. Not really worth it for him to go for that orange buff. Todak getting the support here from the crowd, and that's what you love to hear. Even now, 3-10, they're still getting that support. They need it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's not over yet. While rrq is just choking on all this boss, you can see the positioning of Todak to try and open up the map to allow Chiku for their plays. But Yums, oh no, he gets caught out. That's going to be his downfall, and Moon needs to make a run for it.
Yeah, now I mean, they do disengage, but oh, Chiku, wrong side of the map, pops the Blazing Duet, tries to get Skylar in the back line, but manages to escape. He does not get a single kill out of that. And rrqhoshi, they have the numbers advantage here to be able to take this Lord for free. Momo hiding in the bushes, but I don't think he can get this one.
It's all about setup, right? When we're looking at this, it's all about setup. rrq, the fact that they're not punished for going so deep in the enemy jungle is because Todak, they don't have the waves properly managed. That's a free Lord for the side of rrq, a 10,000 goldie that just keeps on building all on the back of setup. They clear out the waves in the top side. They force Esmeralda to go up top, and there's just nothing that Todak can do without that Esmeralda.
I definitely agree. And on top of it all, hold that thought for now. Albertt, he gets caught out. This is the opportunity for Todak, but Albertt, he's just so tanky. Can they get the kill? Yums and Momo is trying for the kill. However, Vid is going to be there in the vicinity, but they have to back up. It's just a little bit too far off because the Lord is pushing down mid.
Yep, and now rrqhoshi, they take the chance. They're pushing together with this Lord here. Will this be the final stand? Albertt is half HP, but I don't think that should be a huge problem here. R7 goes in onto 4Maze. Look at our Todak, they take so much damage, and right now the mid inhibitor is just going to go absolutely down for free.
Yeah, free turret there picked up by rrq. They're looking for more turrets on the board. With Skylar, not really that tough to do. They can just keep on going, and Todak actually bringing the Lord down below actually kind of assists rrq in taking his turret down. Skylar picks it up with Renner, dawning light on the 3 there. Moon and Yums forced to back up. Chiku just farming, as that's going to be the Mystic Field going at it onto Momo. Shield Unity to get out of there. Real world manipulation, no, that's not going to work. rrq instantly back up from it, and that's a huge resource. Skylar looking for the play! Skylar threading the needle, going for the Wesker Fin, goes for the wild charge, and this is where rrq collapse. They look for the plays and they get it. Now it's just rrq looking for the base. R7 going for the damage onto 4Maze. The Abyssum Strike connects. Skylar is massive. 4Maze trying to buy some time as he gets bursted down. The Wesker does too much. rrq! Skylar with the triple as they take match point.
What a game coming in from rrq. Dominating performance. What an absolute monster, Skylar. Woo.
No words.
Yeah, no words. It's so tough. You walk up, you either take a Skylar Renner shot to the face, or you take maybe Xavier's Dawning Light, and that's like half your HP gone. Like, it is so difficult for Todak to come back from this. rrq is such a convincing victory.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and that is just so tough coming in from Todak as well, considering that rrq just had so much range in terms of outranging, and like you said as well, Moon has been their objective. If you can outrange Moon, that's pretty much the key to victory coming from rrq, and they just did so well against Todak.
I mean, I said it, man. It's a signature pick, but I wasn't all right, just as for context, right? Zin said this in his live stream. He said that Skylar, he's a different beast when it comes to scrims, but on stage, that's when he kind of lacks in that performance back in M3. So you can see that Skylar, he has progressed immensely here from M3 to Season 9 and now MSC. But don't get too comfortable if you're an rrq fan. Todak, they can still come back. This is what they did to Na'Vi back in M3.
Yeah, and rrqhoshi, I was gonna say they look like such a different team today. Like yesterday we saw, yes, Lemon was in the lineup, and just with putting Skylar back in, this looks like rrqhoshi V2 or something. But right now, we're gonna throw it to analysts to break down what exactly happened.
Honestly, Leo, you made me so that I can't speak as well. That game made us speechless. But I feel like one of the things that we have to talk about is their rotation. Welcome to the analyst stand. You're here with me, LaFell, as well as Leo. And in that game, our casters talk about it, right? How rrq, they really choked out the farm from Todak. And the thing is, it's not just like one time that they do this, right? They've done this multiple times, and it's so unique for rrq. The way that they play is they made sure that the enemy does not fight back. So the way that they get the farm, it's beautiful.
I hear ya, and y'all folks hear me as well. I was actually speechless because
So speechless.
in the wake of game number 1, again, we have declared today officially Franco Day. We also have to start respecting Clay's savior, right? From one championship winning hero, a signature in the hands of Vin, the savior shows up now. I mean, at the desk, I hear Mirko, Scrubby Cheeks, Mlbb talking about how Skylar is a different beast now. And all I could say is, yo, that magical pew pew from Clay is just exquisite.
Excuse me, Mr. Baby is his dad. So